there, everybody, and welcome to the Happiness Jungle TV show with yours truly, your Chief Happiness Officer, Lyn-Dee Eldridge. And I am thrilled. You know, when you show up in different places, you get to meet the most amazing people. And today on our show, I met a powerhouse woman. And she is from Tampa, Florida. And what she does is she helps empower women. And she just really charges my battery. Dr. Minesha White from Tampa, Florida, like I said, we had the greatest opportunity to meet at another women's event. And she just really sparked my interest so much that I knew that I wanted to share her with you and with the world. So without further ado, hello, Dr. Minesha White. How are you?
Hello. I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting me on the show today. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, I'm thrilled to have you here. And I love Life Harmony Method. I was checking out your website earlier, and I was just resonating so much with everything that you're doing. You are truly a leader, a queen, a powerhouse. And I'm thrilled because there are so many women and people, for that matter, that are just really confused right now, and they're lost. And I'm so happy. I think that it's the perfect time for you to be on our show. And that you're giving an extra bonus to our viewers afterwards, because I know that there's it's not a workshop, it's a
masterclass.
A masterclass, and you have several questions that you have also invited our viewers to be able to go on your site and be a part of. So thank you very, very much. But let's go ahead and get started. Share with us, how did you become who you are today, and what made you really target market into the women of the world?
Well, I think what made me come who I am today is just falling forward. You know, I was a mom who was a recovering workaholic. That is my story. I was a nonprofit for over 12 years, and I was very passionate about the community. And I literally spent many hours, waking hours, you know, working in the community. And I asked myself, I think the straw that broke the camel's back, is what they say, is when I left my baby girl at school, Lyn-Dee. To this day, it just makes, I cannot believe I did that. I was at a fundraiser. The mayor was coming, and I had spent so much energy and making sure everything was great. I was getting the award, and I just realized, like, my baby is at school still. She's elementary school. I rushed over there, and she had this big old purple book bag on, as big as she is, and she was like, "It's okay, Mommy." And I'm like, no, it's not okay. And I share this story often because the question that I asked myself was, how could I be so present in the community and, you know, be so efficient in the career world and such, and so absent in my home? Now, I was there every night. I was, you know, doing the robotic motions of what a mom is supposed to do under those roles, but I wasn't fully present. And I realized that I wasn't the only one, that there's so many, especially women, who is expected to juggle work, life, school, or being married, kids. I mean, taking care of their parents, even, and the roles just layer itself. And I didn't see anything out there that showed you how to do it. And so what I did was, Lyn-Dee, I took some time off and stopped doing the nonprofit and went back in my home and got some things organized and had to face reality of what I was doing. And that's really what birthed the WorkLife Harmony system that I have. When I got a job 3 years later in corporate, phenomenal opportunity. My family needed it. And I was scared out of my mind to take that job because I didn't want to be a workaholic again. And I didn't know how to have both. And so out of my desperation to be the high performer that I'm designed to be, and just, you know, naturally, and still maintain and keep my heart towards my home, that's what birthed the WorkLife Harmony method.
Wow, that is so powerful. And I am going to assume that you are married. You weren't a single mom. Is that correct?
That's correct. I used to be a single mom, but no, I've been married for 10 years now.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely fabulous. So you're absolutely right. Women are trying to juggle just so much and be present in every place that they are, at work and at home. And it's not only it's tiring. It's so
It
tiring.
is. It
And
is.
my prayer for everybody out there is to be able to live life to the fullest, and no matter where they are, to be completely present. So how are women able to do this?
Oh, that's a powerful question. I love it. I actually teach 6 pillars, right? 6 pillars of leadership, and it shows women how to live and lead more effectively and efficiently. Most women only live and lead within 3 to 4. The average woman have 4 teams underneath them, and women are mostly aware of 2: their dream team if they have a business, or their family, which is a team underneath their sphere of influence. Well, I then show them the in-depth nature of their leadership, help to expand their capacity, and really be able to measure what is in their leadership. Because you cannot, if you don't have honest and accurate measures, you can't grow, right? You cannot grow if you are not able to measure what is in your hands. So the first thing I help women do, especially moms, is help them identify what is already in your hands. And then I go to the basics. Once they understand the 6 roles of leadership, is really going to the foundational principle of what it means to be. Because we are human beings for a reason, not human doers. And so a lot of times that is said and encouraged in this universe, yeah, be present. But I don't think that a lot of people have conceptualized the how behind that. And so I've done some research here, Lyn-Dee, and I realized that the English language does not break down the mind and how powerful the mind is. They only have one word, mind, or brain. But really, in actuality, there's 2 different functions that is dominant in the mind. The mind is either in a thinking state or it's in an observing state, right? And so what happens a lot of times is that we show up in life and we're leading the best way we know how by doing and checking off our to-do list, right? And we rarely dwell in that what we call the observing state. And so let me give you an example of that observing state. I don't know if you've ever experienced a beautiful sunset. I love the beach. And so if we were to go out to the sunset and we were to just look at the sunset and how beautiful it is, then our observing state will be able to say, wow, look at this beautiful sunset. I can feel the sand going in between my toes and the wind blowing on my hair. And I literally get chills now, even being in that moment, because that's how powerful our body and our imagination can be. We don't have to be there to experience this emotion of it, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lyn-Dee, it's like, I remember this sunset in that Love movie that I used to watch. I remember I used to watch it with Jake. He was a jerk. I used to date him in college. I wonder what and then now the thinking self begins to invade this space, right? And begin to take over that moment. And a lot of times that thinking side of our mind is bullying the observant state. And we don't realize that it's happening. It's our brain's natural nature. But when we say be, that's you being kind and gentle to yourself, not saying thinking self, get back over there, because you can't do that. Your brain naturally is going to think. You just begin to take a thought and say, right now, I'm observing the moment. And you push that thought back, right? And you be kind to yourself and really allow yourself to be in the moment. When a thought comes, acknowledge it, send it back, and be present in the moment. If you're with your kids at the park, be present. I see moms all the time on their phones. Kids are, hey, mom, look at me. And they're not there. Their body is there, but their mind and their heart is married to their to-do list. And so I show women, especially moms, how to live and lead in a way where they are being, really embracing the current moment that they're in and doing what matters most to them.
Wow, that is amazingly powerful. And I speak a lot about living in the present moment now, not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes from now. And I love what you said about those cell phones. Cell phones and technology of today they're a blessing, and then they're not such a blessing, because I remember when we didn't have cell phones, and I remember being at work and we weren't allowed to take outside calls, and the phone was the telephone. And the only time that we return calls or spoken communication at the telephone is when we were in our home, where our telephones were connected to the wall. I miss those days, to be honest with you, because you are 100% correct when you say that everybody is so busy in their phones, and they're not in their present moment, and they're not taking advantage of the gift that God has given you right now. And whether that's being at a park or being at a grocery store or wherever it is that you are, we really have to learn the old touch, bringing in the new touch, and learning what that happy medium is, so we are fulfilling ourselves and we are resting our minds.
Oh, that's so powerful. And you know what, too, Lyn-Dee, that I found, too, and just practicing this, is that there are hidden answers in those silent moments. There are hidden answers while you're at the grocery store. There are hidden answers when you're driving in the car with no music on. There's hidden answers in those moments wrapped up like a gift. But we never really tap into that because the frequency is not there. The frequency is engaged on whatever this person says on social media, or the future, the dream, the next big goal, or the next thing, or the next thing I have to do. That we're missing the answer hidden right there in plain sight. The answer to our deepest heart desires, is hidden right there. And so I talk to women about how to live a life where they're in their Eden. They're a place where they can really, tap into their inner self and get those answers within, and how to live in a way where you can do that all the time. Talking to women about quarter prepping, I'm excited because I'm getting ready to do a free masterclass for quarter prepping. A lot of women do not, they only once a year, they look at their goals and they figure out what they're going to do. And then probably by January, the end of January, they're kind of off track. But so I show women how to do this every quarter, how to set master goals, not smart goals, but master goals. Smart goals is just not for a 21st century woman, okay? We need master goals. When you got the list like us and high demands, smart goals is not going to cut it. And so I teach them about master goals and how to be able to use those to propel and accelerate your vision forward without compromising yourself or your family.
I love it. And I love what you say about quarterly. We should be re-looking, revisiting where it is that we are, where is it that we want to go. And I love that. See, you're brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant. I'm so thrilled that you're a guest on our show today, because you're 100% spot on. I have to agree with you. I know for myself, and it's a matter of when change happens, you have the option to change with it, stay where you are, if it's beneficial for you, or just letting it go. We have so many choices, but yet as women, we become these nurturers of many, not just our children, and all of a sudden we get sidetracked, and then we say we don't have enough time. That's not true. It's our choices that we're making. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, I was just going to say that focus is one of the number one things that, I help encourage moms to do. And that's so powerful. You talked about the questions that you ask, and with the quarter prepping and being able to have that introspective work, because a lot of times we don't take that pause to ask ourselves those questions. We don't know what to release or who to release. There's different people in different seasons, friendships included, that really are a huge part of propelling us forward in our destiny. And the tragedy for me, Lyn-Dee, is not living this earth and not knowing your calling or your assignment, or what I call your message. Because that's, to me, what a purpose is. It's really understanding your message and living by that message. It's not really not knowing that. It's really knowing it, but not being able to have the focus and the steps that you need to be able to get there. That's the tragedy. To know, but not to know how. And so that's what's so powerful about this community that I really want to invite all of your listeners on. It's the Facebook community that we have. Even before you go to my site, I just encourage you to go to that free Facebook community. It's called the WorkLife Harmony community. It's the perfect blend of life, business, and inspiration. And our goal is to get 1,000 women, 1,000 moms or women that desire to eventually start or grow their own business in that course. And let's hold each other accountable with loving accountability. Let's really live and lead differently,
I love that. And let's knock out the noise.
Yes, I love it.
Let's knock out the noise, because everybody, including you and I, have things that are going on in our lives. And now I'm going to take us right back to the now present moment. But where are you right now? Like right now, are you completely tuned in to what Dr. Minesha is sharing with you because it's so powerful, or are you already distracted? See, this is what I'm saying, is that if you're present and you are listening to this brilliant woman who knows exactly how to help you get over that hump, then you are present and you will take away the gifts. and you will stay connected with her, which could bring you a lifetime of change. So being present is the most important thing. I know that when I had a lot of hard things going on in my life, especially in 2017, I knew I could control only what I could control. I couldn't control anything else. And I was always made sure that I was sticking and staying in the present moment, because I couldn't have those distractions. And I am a mom. My daughter is now 34 years old, who's blessed me with 4 beautiful granddaughters. But even, yes. But even when I'm with them, I want to be present with my grandchildren. Even though I'm not their parent, I'm their grandmother. And I don't want to be that person that sits on the bench and watches them play. I want to go swing on the swing.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one the parents are looking at like, is she really going down that slide? Yes.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Is she climbing those monkey bars? How young does she think she is? I think I'm very young. You know, age is only a number, right?
That's how you feel.
So, yeah, I love, and you don't just attract the moms. However, the moms of today are very, very confused. They've been given these messages, and some of them were raised with entitlement. Some of them were raised with an abundance of that, you know, everything is handed to them. And I don't mean any disrespect, but I understand what we have done to you. And it's not fair to you. And then we're saying to you, okay, well, now you're a grown woman. We want you to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. And you're like, but what? So I really want to touch on that, right? Because I think that's very, very important. You know, and I don't mean any disrespect, right?
Yeah. I was going to say there's no handbook for it. So, I mean, I think about, and I share it with even for my mom, and all due respect, I share our story often. You know, I learned workaholism, you know, from my family. You know, it's not passed down. People think that certain things are passed down from generation to generation, but it's habits and it's what you're exposed to. And if no one's really learning how to have that work-life harmony, people are trying to pursue balance. And balance is a fallacy. You know, it doesn't exist, because you mean to tell me that I'm going to try to put my work on this side and my friends and my family and my kids and my life and everything that matters to me and balance it from this side? It doesn't even make sense to say it, you know, but that's the pursuit. And so you're pursuing this moving target. This is what the universe is teaching us. And this is what we have bought into. And so to be confused, you know, I was confused many years, thinking that I was doing it the right way. How do I pursue my dreams and without compromising my family? I'm trying to do this for my family, right? And so that was the big deception, you know, is that you feel like you got to work so that you can provide for your kids. You don't really understand how to have this ebb and flow and this rhythm that allows you to stand firm, keeping your self-care, which I call your lost love, right? I go and I talk about the work-life harmony method is 2 hearts overlapping. And the middle is all about harmony. And that's the lost love. That's the self-care that we've lost, because we don't seem to have time to find it. And we're doing for everybody else. And then at the end, we may have enough time to scrape some time for ourselves. And it's not fair to ourselves. And it's unloving. And so really being that voice into the universe to say, hey, there's another way. There's another way. You don't have to do it the way I did it for years. You don't even have to do it the way my mom did it or your mom did it. Your mom did it. It's a different way. And we can hold your hand and we can do it with you. We can do it together and hold each other accountable, because it's our natural nature, either to be in our home or to be in our business. Most women have either their heart towards accelerating in their business or their heart towards, you know, being in their home, and then they put everybody first and they never step out. Either way, it's not good. Either way, you're not living your fullest life. And so our goal is to be able to blend it in such a way where you don't have to choose and you can truly be your best self, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love your community that you have created, because we celebrate each other, whether it was the smallest task that we have accomplished at that day. Maybe we weren't able to even accomplish the task, but we still celebrate one another. And we bring each other up on the pedestal of where we should be. You know, so I love you. Oh my goodness, I love you.
Thank you, Lyn-Dee. I love you more. I love you more. I just acknowledge and respect and honor anyone who creates a platform to help other people's messages get out, because this is the catalyst for people living out their divine destiny. This is how they do it, through their message. This is my message. Anybody who's listening today has a message, whether it's for the health, whether it's for entertainment, whether it's for politics, whatever that area arena is. Mine happens to be in the area for helping people be able to dream, grow their dream business without compromising themselves or their family. How to live and lead different. That's my message, but we all have one. And yours is so powerful because it creates a platform for everyone else's message to be heard. And that's just beautiful. And I just want to acknowledge you in this moment to say kudos to you. You're winning. And I'm so grateful to be here to share this moment with you.
Oh, well, I do appreciate you and your very kind words. I truly do. And, Rome wasn't built in a day, and our businesses weren't built in a day. Our lives weren't built in a day. So don't be so hard on you. Don't be so hard on you. You got to be your best cheerleader. At the end of the night, instead of thinking of the things that you did not accomplish, I, for one, want you to believe and think of the things that you did accomplish, even if it was one thing on the to-do list, and praise yourself for that so you could have a restful sleep so you could start tomorrow clean and fresh.
That's right. Another day. I call it hashtag I'm winning. We do that all the time in our community. Hashtag I'm winning. Listen, you got the kids up and out the house on time. Hashtag I'm winning. It's a celebration of the littlest things, because I think especially, oftentimes people around us, we make it look easy. So a lot of times appreciation is what we don't get a lot of. And that sometimes can be very, very frustrating when you're around people that just don't feel appreciated. Well, we appreciate you and we acknowledge you in this community. And we give every opportunity to say, yes, you are winning. Hashtag you're winning. If you come on a challenge, if you come on a live video and you're able to come up, or you're a stay-at-home mom, or whether you're on your lunch break, or you're a full-time entrepreneur, whatever it is, you're winning because you made time to carve out some time to invest in yourself. And that's big.
That is very, very big, and that's very, very powerful. And you couldn't be more spot on with what you just shared. And, even when I'm driving, and I want to go back just for a second, because you said it, people think that we are just, boom, overnight successes, and that is not the case. You have to be able to do the blood, the sweat, and the tears to be able to get to where you want to go. I know that the Happiness Jungle is going on its 4-year anniversary, but the road has been, thank you, the road has been quite an interesting roller coaster, but I refuse to get out of the seat.
Woo! Oh, that's so powerful. I love it. Well, listen,
I held on to those bars.
Yes.
Nothing was going to take me down. And when I was going up, I was feeling the glory. And when I was going down, I could feel, I was scared. I was worried. I had the devil was trying to come into my mind, trying to tell me, you can't do it. What are you going to do? You better hold on. There's a really, sharp turn. And I'm like, devil, you don't have me. You don't have me.
Wow.
And I would grab onto that and I would go zoom, and then we're going right back up. So give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Never allow the devil to win. God is on your side. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. The universe is on your side. So the noise is going to be knocked out.
I have to say this because you just hit it right home. For your listeners, for those of you who are listening, if you want to take, action now, find me on Facebook, WorkLife Harmony. I'm sure Lyn-Dee will have the information there. But I have a business course, Lyn-Dee, and the way you describe the way this journey is, that's how it is for women who want to start or grow their business, and they want to be able to do it in that support. I have an emotional expert in there because your emotions are going back and forth. I have a mindset coach where you're assigned to your own mindset coach. It's so much stuff going on, so many coaches, so many things competing for your attention. It's truly a safe place to be able to start and grow your business, to have that birthing. It's like what we do is we call birthing your business baby. And so it's a whole concept of the process of birthing a baby. It's 3 trimesters, define, develop, and deliver. And we literally walk you through that. So I wasn't going to mention that, but since you said it and you talk so much about the emotions that you feel when you're trying to grow your business, a lot of people think that it's easy. I will be glad to be able to talk with anyone who's interested in taking that next step in the course. And I will personally, just for those people who are listening today, I will personally do a call with them and talk to them more about how they can get their business going. Just because they follow you, I want to do that. I want to be able to talk to them personally and be able to show them how can I support them and how this community would be a good fit. Whether it will be or not, I'm not sure, but at least you'll have the opportunity to explore it.
I love that about you. And we have to stop saying, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. That right there is the barricade of all, right? So I know that when I'm speaking on stages or when I'm working with my clients, as soon as they say I can't do that, I'm like, you realize that you just put up a very significant wall.
Wow.
And that's just something that should not be said. So we have only 1 minute left. I want you to tell people, women, how can they get a hold of you?
Okay,
and
sure.
Give them your last glorial thought.
Okay. Well, you can get a hold with me mostly on Facebook. That's where I live a lot. So you can find me at The Business Doctor, but I really would love for you all to join the community, and it's the WorkLife Harmony community, the perfect blend of life, business, and inspiration. That's where you can find me, and from there you can just inbox me. Like I said, I'm pretty responsive, and then we can just kind of talk through and chat and see what you need next, and and go from your next step from there. If I had to say anything, I would say you are enough. You are enough, and you have what it takes. To receive that is true. And to walk and live in your best self, knowing that with confidence that you have everything that you need to be all that you're designed to be.
Absolutely. Just be a student and be ready to show up.
That's it.
Thank you so much for being on my show. I greatly appreciate you. And hey, everybody, I never said life was easy, but I did say you can be happier. Live life to the fullest and make sure you're living your best life. And remember, exactly what Dr. Misha said, you are enough. So with that, everybody, take care, take charge, and we love you. We love you. Get connected on Facebook with this fabulous leader. You will be ecstatically happy you did. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye for now.